I'm on the road to recovery in Castle Rock, Colorado. Live from Millville, New Jersey, I'm on the road to recovery. We're on the road to recovery in Morgantown, West Virginia at Mountaineer Field. And live in Scranton, Pennsylvania, I'm on the road to recovery. Here I am on the road to recovery from Berlin, Maryland. Hey, from Caseville, Michigan, I'm on the road to recovery. I'm on the road to recovery at Ann Arbor, University of Michigan. Hey, Recovery Army, live from the office in New Jersey. And Recovery Army recently visited Indiana to spend some time with our good friend Elliot Hughes, a dedicated, selfless leader in the community, in the faith-based community, helping people find their path to recovery. He's got an incredible story, and I'm so proud to be able to share Elliot's story with you. Ladies and gentlemen, on the road to recovery recently in Indiana with Elliot Hughes.
I first started using alcohol when I was 14. You know, I was an athlete, so I got invited to, my first, party, and a lot of my friends started getting into it, and then the marijuana came, shortly after that. My sophomore year of high school, I got busted at a party for minor in consumption and drinking alcohol. I kept smoking weed when I was on probation. I violated my probation at 16, so I lost my entire junior year of athletics because of my use. And then about a year later, after my junior year, second semester of my senior year is when I started using heroin for the first time. It seemed like everybody I hung out with was doing it, older guys were doing it, and even all the way down to 15, 16-year-olds in my high school started doing it. One thing led to another, and I used it to escape. My parents divorced when I was a 5th grader, and then my brother left for the Navy when I was an 8th grader, and so I had no male on a consistent basis active in my life, which I go back to, and I feel like it contributed to doing whatever I wanted, and everybody else I was hung around with, that's what they were all doing, and so it was almost accepted. In 2012, I went into treatment the first time and learned about what recovery was. To fast forward, I ended up going to 14 treatment centers and overdosed 10 plus times. Been naloxone or Narcan probably 10 plus times. In 2015, my relationship with Christ, I grew up in the church, but when I found that again, things changed in my life. So the recovery journey, it's had its ups and downs, but the thing I did well was I never gave up. And I finally found what worked, and it was a spiritual solution. I went to jail November 18th of 2016, and that was it. That I did 4 months in jail, and at that point God just he changed me, and so that's where recovery is at for me today. Is I found a spiritual solution to to myself. So recovery is the most beautiful thing. Today, I participate in 12 Steps fellowships. I participate in Celebrate Recovery. I participate in in church. Because I don't believe for myself, if I have to put constraints on what recovery means, because recovery is different for everybody. And what I found for myself is my relationship with Christ is what gave me that ultimate freedom. And so now He's put it on my heart to help others. Specifically in the realms of recovery and prevention. God put it on my heart, and my dream is to run a nonprofit and help people that struggle with what I've struggled with, and to help kids not go down the road I went down. And so the connections with the people that I've made on this journey throughout the years, whether I was doing good or not, now that I am, I'm piecing all of that together, and it's literally laying out my future, when it comes to, what I want to do with my life. I met an amazing woman. I'm going to be getting married next May of 2018, which is, if you would have told me, a couple years ago that I would be marrying the woman of my dreams, I'd say you're crazy. I'm a junkie. I'm not worth that. And today, I'm worth, anything that I want to achieve in life. I believe God can take me there to get it, and that's only because of Jesus Christ and because of recovery.
Elliot, thank you so much for sharing your story. I appreciate you opening up and being vulnerable and talking about your history and your past, but most importantly, sharing your hope and inspiration. Please join the Recovery Army. Join this movement. We got to talk about recovery. We got to share our stories of hope and recovery with the world. On the road to recovery from Indiana through the office in New Jersey with Elliot Hughes. We'll see you on the next episode of On the Road to Recovery.